Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and in this video we are going to take a look at the Voltage OS, which is based on Android 16 QPR2 for the Nothing Phone 1. So let's get straight to the point. So guys, this is VoltageOS version 5.6, which is based on LineageOS version 23.2, and all of this is ultimately based on the Android 16 QPR2. First, let's take a look at the About phone. Moving down here into the settings, you can see we get this Voltage OS banner. Then here we get some device details like Android version, Voltage OS version, build status, uptime, and build number. You can see we have device status also. It will give you that information. And here you have Android version. We have Voltage OS logo, and we have Android 16, Voltage OS 5.6, and we have the February 2026 security patch. As you can see, this is the Android 16 Easter egg as well. So guys, similar to LineageOS 23.2, it has adapted all the Android 16 QPR2 features except the one which is lock screen widgets. So it does not have that option as well in these settings. I can see going into not battery, going into display. Here we have lock screen, and there is no option to visit the widgets on lock screen tab, and even it does not have any setting for that. So yeah, it is completely been removed, and maybe it's worked on, maybe it requires some more time to work on for some other ROMs. So that is it, except we have all the Android 16 QPR2 features, and I have already covered all the features in LineageOS 23.2 video, so you can check out that video in here, the I button, for all the Android 16 QPR2 features, which are the basic and new features which have been added in the Android 16 QPR2, and also how LineageOS 23.2 has adapted and how other custom ROMs are also adapting. Now those who have the widgets on lock screen feature are based on AOSP, they have it fixed somehow, I don't know. But yes, some of the ROMs like LineageOS have not yet fixed it and also not adapted it. So yeah, this is how the scenario is right now. Let's move to the basic features and all the customization, and we'll talk about battery life and all other stuff. Now first, let's take a look at the home screen. The home screen is alike. We get some new wallpapers from VoltageOS. So let's explore the wallpapers section. You can see this is the Android 16 section of wallpapers. You have some clocks, just basic stuff. We have some fonts, and yeah, the others are really all the same stuff. We have icons, and we have this new default and minimal, which is the themed icons, and then we have shapes, the new icon shapes, all five in a single window in under icons. Then let's take a look at the wallpapers for which we are here, and these are all the new wallpapers. I have set this one, I like the darker one, and this is also a great, the black one. We have some white wallpapers too. A lot of whites have been used in the wallpaper, and yeah, we have the default Voltage OS logo wallpaper as well. So you can use a lot of newer wallpapers in the Voltage OS, which has been provided by them. This is the app drawer. As you can see, we do not get any Google apps by default. All of these G apps or Google apps I have installed are by my own through Play Store. We get the basic AOSP, or you can see LineageOS apps from browser to all the other stuff. And yes, we have some OEM stuff as well, like Nothing OS camera. We have glyphs, and these are the new glyphs ported by some developer. I'm not sure about his name, but yes, he has developed those glyph app support for Android 16. There was some issues with glyphs. It was not working. It was partially working. Sometimes it stopped after you turn it on and off. So there were some issues with glyphs, but now the new glyphs work really fine. I've tested it with a lot of options which had broke down the previous glyphs, but yes, this time it works really flawless. We have Dolby Atmos, we have some firewall stuff. You can see obviously the Voltage OS has sandbox GApps by default, so it's not necessary to install GApps. You can use sandbox GApps if you want to, but yes, you can also install Google apps, GApps, your proper GApps as system if you want to. We have those gramophone apps, so a lot of what do you say, open source applications are here. And VoltageOS is doing great with their source. It's overall smooth, using the apps or even the UI with blur on is really nice. Let's explore the settings, but first let's take a look at the settings app. Now the settings app is a bit redesigned. As you can see on the top we get some random messages. Obviously above it is the search bar, then we have your Google profile, then you have all the settings options. But if you take a closer look, you can see there's no categorization done in here. There are no lines that separate the categories of network, your apps, your customization, your system stuff, your basic features, the accessibility, and all the privacy security stuff. There's no categorization. It's a flat, black background. There are no bars in between, and it looks really cool. As you can see, if you have your older versions Android, Oreo, when that new settings was introduced, the black background, and it was all flat and it looked really nice with the black and white. And this also looks great. All flat, gives you a new look, but still getting that old vibes of the settings app. Let's explore some basic features which are built in Voltage OS, and then we'll move to Power Hub, which is the customization tab of Voltage OS. First, let's move into display, and here we have lock screen, and here we have AOD bottom. This will add battery level and temperature, or battery level temperature and CPU temperature as well. Now let's take a look at how it looks. So this is the ambient display and this is the bottom part, and it will show you the battery level and temperature. You can also add CPU temperature, but it is not working properly, so I recommend not to add that. I will give you a preview in here. As you can see, I have selected it. Tap, and as you can see, this is how it shows, 34,000 degrees Celsius. So yeah, kind of does not work properly. One more good option we have is tap to show ambient. A lot of ROMs have this tap to show, which is the basic feature, but it shows the lock screen, not the ambient. And here we have tap to show ambient, so it does not even unlock the lock screen and show you an ambient display, which gives you the information. Then we have basic AOD, screen timeout, accidental wake up, dark theme, and we do have a expanded dark theme as well, as this is Android 16 QPR2. We have LineageOS stuff, which is nightlight, live display. We have window level blurs. We have show taps as well, and wake on plug, and full screen apps, which is also present in LineageOS. Inside security and privacy, we have privacy controls, privacy dashboard, private space, and we have some other settings like exploit protection. So in here you can see we have auto reboot option, and this will schedule your device to reboot automatically. And you have turn off Wi-Fi automatically, Bluetooth automatically, and we have show clipboard overlay. So these are some options you can enable for additional privacy or features. Now inside sound and vibration, we have multi-audio focus and per app volume control. Now these two are a great addition because multi-audio focus will allow you to play multiple audios from various sources. So if you have a song playing from Spotify in the background and then you're about to play a YouTube video, now this is going to do multiple audios at the same time. So your Spotify song will also get played and your YouTube video audio is also going to play simultaneously. So this is how multi-audio focus works. And per app volume control is going to give you the control to control for volume increase and decrease per app. So if you are using Spotify and if you are watching reels, then you can control the audio of reel, and you can also keep the sound of Spotify, the audio sound of Spotify, to a level which you want, and then you can control the Instagram reels audio level or YouTube video level. So this is how you can control these both stuff. And a good addition into the this ROM gives you a great feature packed, not just the customization tab, but all the overall settings, the basic settings has these features packed. And we do get the new Lunaris Dolby Atmos as well, which I have already covered in the Lunaris video. But yes, you can see this is the home, and you have this profile option, you have intelligent equalizer, per app audio profiles. This is the equalizer, and you can customize it according to you. If you want curves or sliders, and you have all these presets, you can see classical, it will change, and these are the sliders. Then we have settings, we have audio tuning, volume leveler, surround virtualizer, and dialogue enhancement options as well. Now in set system we have navigation mode. Here we have gesture navigation, and we have taskbar, navigation hint option. We have show IME button space, which is also disabled, and it will give you a great look screen like display, proper display look, display to screen look for the keyboard, which blends in with the screen. Then we have advanced gesture options, extended swipe action, long left swipe action, and long right swipe action. And you can customize a lot of stuff in here, you can see. So yeah, these are all the options you get. Some additional options and varies from ROM to ROM. We do have the new glyph interface, and as you can see we have all these options. Flip to glyph, flip ringer mode, brightness of the glyph bar, or the glyph light, sorry, not the glyph bar. Calls, you have call animation, call glyph zone, fallback to animations, create new patterns, you can preview them and apply to the ringtone. We have notification animation, battery level, reverse wireless charging, glyph progress. I'm not sure how it works, but also I don't know if it works or not. And we have volume indicator, shake to toggle torch. We have miscellaneous, we have music virtualizer. So these are the options we get in the glyph, and this is a very the newer glyph option, and a very working and stable glyph options here. Now let's move into the customization tab, the power hub, and here we have 4 options: status bar, themes, lock screen, and miscellaneous. Let's explore the status bar first. We have status bar items, and you can customize a lot of items here. We also do have VoLTN, Wi-Fi icon, we have 4G icon, data disabled, mic and privacy, media projector privacy indicators, a lot more stuff. We have clock and style, we have clock style and clock date. You can see, you can set brightness slider, battery settings, you can customize the battery. You can see we have all LineageOS options present by default. And then we do have battery, Bluetooth battery status, network traffic, and status bar action chip. You can also enable this. You can also enable compact progress indicator, which is going to minimize the status bar action chip and give more space to other items on the status bar. Then now moving into themes, here we have dual tone shade, vibrant shade elements, wallpaper. You can add those values from wallpaper. We have color source, lumions, chroma, and tint background. Then we have lock screen, we have ripple effect, quick settings pull on secure lock screen, we have power menu, you have pulse visualizer, we have media cover art, lock screen charging, you have fingerprint options, and we have weather options as well. Then going into lock screen, we have ripple effect. Oh, this was the lock screen stuff as well. Sorry about that. Going into miscellaneous, we have buttons, power menu, and advanced restart. We also do have a restart system here, which is missing from a lot of apps. Lot of custom ROMs. We have volume rocker wake and show volume panel on left, which is a great feature. You can see nothing phone buttons are on the left, so it's good. Component spoofing, you can add your own PF, JSON, or keybox. Then we have less boring notifications, heads up notifications. We have Nirvana mode, which is create quiet time by pausing distracting apps. So you can, this kind of focus mode. If you want to focus, in your studies or in your work, then this is a good option. We have homepage toast messages, the random messages which are on the settings homepage, and we have custom message as well. And that's pretty much it. That was the short customization tab, small items in customization, but creating a big impact to this wonderful VoltageOS custom ROM. Now about the battery life, my battery usage is very moderate. I use social media apps, YouTube for lectures and other stuff, then Instagram sometimes, and mostly WhatsApp, Chrome. That's what I use. So my use is not that much. I don't game a lot, or I'm not someone who travels daily. So my usage is limited. And for me, I'm getting around 5.5 hours of screen on time. You can check out the screenshots I have attached on the screen. So you can get this too. Then we have some additional options. Charging control, you can use it to, save your battery health. Then you have sleep mode, which is going to do all the actions which you set it here. And you can also schedule it. So this is a great addition into this app, right into the battery settings. So it's not something kind of difficult to search for as well. Whatever the settings you need, and into that category, it is well presented in this VoltageOS ROM. And that is it for the VoltageOS Android 16 QPR2 build review. Now this comes with the February security patch, and this is an unofficial build, so I'm not sure if it's getting updated. But this build is so much stable that even if the update does not come for 1 month, this would still be a good and capable contender to install a custom ROM on the Nothing Phone 1, and I would surely go with this for a month or so if I was a regular user. Obviously, I have to test other ROMs as well, so I have to switch. But this is one of the best ROMs. It has Nothing OS camera, default Dolby Atmos. We have the Nothing glyphs working, the new glyphs, which has been adapted properly. So all the things are here. Good wallpapers, good customization options. Yeah, a lot of theming options are missing, but still a good overall option if you like LineageOS and like customizations. If you want blur, if you don't want that laggy screen, then this is the one for you guys. So you can surely go for this one. All the stuff is working. I have been tested it properly. So yep, that's it for the video. I hope you guys like it. And yes, again, if you want to explore all the QPR2 features, you can check it out here in the I button. You can check out the LineageOS video, where I have discussed all the QPR2 features. And that's it, guys. See you soon. Till then, you can check out other videos and like this video if you did like it. If not, dislike button is there. For feedback, comment section is there, and for help also, comment section is there. And for all other videos, you have to subscribe and press the bell icon. And that's it, guys. See you soon. Till then, bye bye and take care always. Bye.